Moving along. Let's get to Dynamite 9/27, September 27, 2023. So this was the week after Grand Slam, after the high of being at Flushing Meadows at the Arthur Ashe Arena. So this episode they got Rey Fenix. This international title is like a thing, man. They really got to have one defense on it on every episode. It's like the way the TV title is like supposed to be, but you know.
I just have to laugh that after this guy nearly paralyzed one of their top wrestlers twice, he pretty much does the same move to start the show. He does the same thing that basically concussed Moxley, according to Moxley. Came off the top rope. Okay, I don't even want to begin, because if I start ranting about Rey Fenix being a complete goddamn moron, I probably won't stop. So continue, Ken. I'm sorry.
Well, I was very surprised at the booking here that the challenger was Jeff Jarrett, so I was very invested in this match. Very happy that he had a title shot. A part of me thought he could win because he came close a couple times. I'm not going to go through.
No, you didn't.
I did, dude.
Really?
When he took the pinfall, I was so sad. I was like, oh, man, they had chances. His help here, okay, I'll go over some of the match. His help was really stupid. But, so this was a part where Sanjay distracted Aubrey and low blow, and he's going to hit him or he's going to try to small package, and he kicks out. So I thought right there that could be one spot where he could win. He puts him in the stroke, too. Good-looking stroke. Kicks out here. I was like, damn, this is it, but it took a little too long. Oh, no, he got his foot on the rope. Well, let's get to the ending. I think the ending is, what's his name? Tried to interfere. It's a roll-up. But there was the tall guy. What's the tall guy's name? Satnam Singh. He tried to interfere, and he didn't help at all. I don't have it bookmarked, but he was so stupid. If he had a little better help, he could have won this match. Okay, I was invested in this show up till 12 minutes because my boy Jeff Jarrett was in it. But he lost, so I'm going to move on. I don't think you guys really care about this international title. Although one thing I will say about Rey Fenix winning the title and Jon Moxley giving it away to him on his own accord, we talked about it a little bit last week. But I didn't really mention how it really sucked that Orange Cassidy wasn't going to be able to beat Moxley for the return match, because that's what they were teasing, that he had to try to beat Moxley, and that was going to be like the thing that really made him. So that was the plan, I think. The plan was for it to go back to Orange Cassidy, and now it's like ruined. It's fucking awful.
I'm not sad about that, but okay.
Not even a little bit.
Well, it does suck when someone tries to like do a long-term storyline and then it just gets screwed up, you know? They really tried for this angle. But as we'll see later, Orange Cassidy will be back in the international title scene. But let me move along. Let's see what else we had on this show. Oh, this scene. Okay, so MJF and Adam Cole are out boating. They're on a boat. And sort of having a nice time, but I think what happens here is that MJF asks Adam Cole if he could get him a beer, but he looks like he's going to nail him in the head with the Dynamite Diamond Ring, and Adam Cole's like, are you going to nail me in the head with the Dynamite Diamond Ring? Very weird friendship. It's always on edge. Like, it's very precarious is the word. Precarious friendship. But okay. And then the ending of this scene was Paul White being in the pool or in the lake or wherever they are, and they bring him on to have a beer on the boat. So really, really silly for the world champion. We've been through many of these comedy scenes in the past, Vlad. So we're going to be a little bit repetitive here, repeating ourselves. But this is not good, right?
I won't say much. I've said it before. It's not good. It's too much. It's too much funny, too much comedy, too much ha-ha when you're a world champion involved. And I understand that the Cole MJF dynamic is working for them, but there's a limit. You know, there's a way they could do that and still be serious and not have these comedic situations. I don't know why MJF is going along with this. Maybe he's just trying to be a team player. I don't know.
He's done it in the past with Jericho. He did that like dance routine and stuff, and he sings sometimes. Yeah. I mean, he's
sure, but now I think he has more stroke. I would think he's the world champion. He's way more over than he was when he had to do that Jericho thing.
Robert, do you ignore these comedy scenes or
So
are they
for that
bothering you?
for that particular scene, I was okay with it up until the point where Paul White showed up. Then it got ridiculous. I'm like, come on. That's the point where it was like, all right, now you lost me.
Yeah,
I was fine with it up
that
until
probably put it over. I wouldn't say it was fine up until that point, but you're right. At that point, it just became too stupid for words.
too much.
Yeah, what the hell was he doing? Just hanging out over there. Okay, let's move along though.
Yeah, he was.
I
He
think.
was hanging out in the water. Yeah.
Okay, so Callis and Takeshita went to Japan to mess with Ibushi. They got on an airplane, went all the way there, found the gym he works at. Oh, Sammy's got some new kicks. Looks like some Scarface writing on his Titantron. Scarface colors, I guess. Looks pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Not bad. But this was the part where they show the video where Takeshita beat up Ibushi, and they went all the way there just to fuck with him, and they're very proud of it. Some fake fighting, kind of. I don't know. It doesn't really look that good to me, but okay. This part was pretty funny though when Callis hit him with the umbrella. It's like, but in the end, they do put him down, and then Sammy says some stuff. They gloat. You know, he says that he's moved on from Jericho because Jericho never wanted to pass the torch, so I guess he took the torch. Okay. Anybody got any thoughts about this scene? I don't know. I don't know if this whole...
How many times can they show criminal activity? Somebody breaking into somebody's house or
Good point.
studio, beating the shit out of them, leaving them laying. I mean, first they did it with Nick Wayne, where they left him a bloody mess. Ibushi, obviously, from what I've seen, is the absolute shits. But still, I don't think he deserves to get assaulted this way and have it videotaped.
Hey, if it has
But
to do
anyway,
with
that's my
wrestling,
thought.
it's legal. If it has to do with wrestling, it's legal.
This is something
Yeah, I get-
that's been going on for decades. Like, I still remember the segment when it looked like Brian Pillman shot Stone Cold.
Yeah.
That was like crazy to me.
Yeah, but that was a low moment in the WWE. Even they felt later that they had to say something about it, because even they probably thought they went too far with it.
Now you want to talk about criminal, man? That was yikes.
That was
Yikes.
yes. That was not good. That was not good.
Yeah, but wrestlers have like a code between them that they don't go to the police for these type of things, you know? They get beat up often.
Yeah.
It's not
I
that
agree.
big a deal.
I agree, but I agree. It's not just AEW. WWE has done the same thing numerous times. How many times was like Triple H had that thing in Randy Orton's house, right? Or was it the other way around? Whoever broke into whoever's house and attacked them, and they've had. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Robbie.
Kaon, how does that explain Dirty Dom getting arrested? Come on, man.
Oh, but that was his mom. It wasn't another wrestler. His mom called the cops on him.
Okay.
That was mean. That was messed up. All right, I gotta move on. Let's move on.
We got to move
Okay,
on.
so
Thank God.
here's the scene we were talking about with Starks trying to somehow put himself over despite all the losses. Still, he said, "I survived." I'm like, okay, that's good. He's very proud of himself that he survived the feud. Wheeler comes in. They set up the match for Wrestle Dream, another dream match. So at least I think it'll be a Starks victory, but whatever. They got to fill out the card somehow. I'm not as big a hater as Wheeler Yuta as Vlad is, but okay. Let me move along unless anybody has anything to say.
I said my piece.
All right, so we got a 4-way. These are weird matches. I'm not really going to go over them too much, but who's that? Matt Jackson, or is it Nick Jackson? He's going to win. He's going to win this 4-way.
Balding Buck.
Yeah, it's with Brian Cage, Claudio. Oh, it's a 3-way. I'm sorry. And what is it for again? Do you guys remember why they're having this match?
Doesn't the winner face Ray Phoenix for the
international title? Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the end of the match. A Hurricane Rana throws Claudio out of the ring, and Jackson picks up the victory. So he's pretty surprised about that. Very happy to have a singles win, but okay. So here's the Righteous. They're going to be facing off with MJF and Adam Cole. Although, if you've been following wrestling news, you might have heard that Adam Cole got injured. at that Grand Slam match with MJF and Joe. He jumped off the fucking ramp like an idiot. I don't want to call anybody an idiot, but, you know, it was unfortunate.
He jumped off and messed up his, whatever, his knee, his leg, whatever.
It jumped off in a very bad way. It's pretty high up, you know, for a guy who gets injured a lot. You know, you're not supposed to jump from that high up like that, but okay. So the Righteous, I think they scrambled and chose the Righteous to face them because MJF could beat them in a handicap match. Because maybe they were originally going to go with Taven and Bennett to have a real match, but since they're going to try to prolong this until Adam Cole comes back, as we see he's on crutches here, comes out with MJF, and that's what he's going to say, basically. Adam Cole was going to relinquish the title, but they want to keep it. This is a storyline that they've been too invested in, so they can't let this go. Right, Robert? They got to keep this tag team title thing going.
I mean, it was really, really hot, and I think it still is. It's just unfortunate that Adam Cole got hurt. But I they should still keep it going.
Man, from what I hear of how he broke everything, I don't know how soon he's going to come back, because the way he described it, he destroyed everything in his ankle and his leg. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, hopefully it's not as bad as he describes it, and he could come back. Maybe just miss one match. So what do you think about this handicap match booking, Vlad? Very interesting, I think.
I don't know, bro. The Righteous, obviously. So back pay-per-views, instead of him fighting for his world title, he has to fight for this Ring of Honor tag team title, which is, I guess, I would say, the secondary tag team title.
No, it's not secondary. A title is important if you make it important. You could make the U.S. title important if you treat it seriously. So you could make any title.
So you think putting them in matches against the Dark Order and the Righteous has made this feel?
Yeah, it gives it some clout, because when people look back on it, like whenever they ended up losing their title eventually, people will remember in their back of their minds that MJF and Adam Cole were the tag team champions. So it means more now, yeah. Kind of like how the Impact titles still sort of mean something, because Sting and Kurt Angle had it. So you could say, hey, I'm holding something that Sting and Kurt Angle held. Not the same thing like it used to be, but it's still something. So yeah, it's better to give this title a rub than to not, you know? Plus it seems like they're going to use it a lot. They've been using Ring of Honor titles all over the place in AEW. So if you're going to use it, you got to give them something, you know? Give the fans something to make it feel important. So I'm with this. I hate when they fucking relinquish titles. I think this should be done more often. This is a badass move by MJF. Like, I'm going to go beat them 2-on-1. That's fucking cool. So, I'm with it, personally. Any thoughts, Robert, before we move on to Jay White coming in?
For the most part, I agree with you. I do want to say one other thing, though. Like, I feel like I see something in the Righteous. I feel like they...
Me too.
They have potential to become really over with the crowd.
Yeah.
Eventually. They're not right now, but I feel like there's something there where the fans will get behind them at some point, and they're going to be big.
I think that could happen.
I see that potential with them.
I think that could happen. Yeah, I agree with you.
As it stands right now, MJF should be able to handle them on his own.
Hopefully, maybe Adam Cole can help in a way, even if he's there on crutches. Like, he could help, because they've been cheaters, kind of. They've been... babyface cheaters in a way. But all right, let me move on. Roddy comes in, and he needs Adam. He needs Adam. He needs it. It's an emergency. It's an emergency.
It's become the new excuse me.
Oh no, not even close. Not even close. This is actually funny.
It's on that level.
But so he needs Adam Cole's help, even though Adam Cole has like a broken leg. But okay, MJF is very mature here, and he tells Adam Cole that I'm gonna be there for you after you're done with your friend, right? So okay, yeah, I know, very emotional friendship type of stuff. It's almost like a relationship, you know what I mean? I don't know. Some people get a kick out of this, like they're in a little bit of a relationship, like as if it was a romantic relationship, but they're just bros. So I guess there's an inherent comedy about it, but I don't know.
I don't understand. I mean, I mean, look at this group. He comes out in I mean, are they trying to make Adam Cole seem that he's just a moron, that he's buying this, or what? Like, obviously, this guy doesn't have a fucking neck injury. He's been complaining about his neck. He's dressed in a fucking hospital nightgown, and I don't have the words for this. It's too stupid. I know it's supposed to be funny, more of that ha-ha stuff, but it's just too much, bro. It just makes everybody look like a goddamn buffoon, I think is my point. And I'll leave it at that.
We're looking past a lot of stuff here to try to get the good stuff of this angle. I agree with you. I think we're looking
past something
we're looking past a lot of the silliness. Sorry. We're looking past a lot of the silliness here to just kind of...
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we're trying to enjoy this wrestling, but, some of it's a little silly, but okay. I don't hate it. I don't hate it that much. This type of silliness, right, I don't hate. Because at least it is amusing to me.
More power to you guys.
Silliness would be worse if it wasn't even amusing at all. And these type of segments are hard to summarize for me, especially when I do those, 1 minute long clips or the shorts for Instagram or whatever. It's like, dude, these guys talk to each other for so long, Jay White and MJF, it's pretty epic. I mean, he's had multiple ones of these with CM Punk, Samoa Joe, and countless numbers others that are slipping my mind right now. But these bagging contests and these promo contests with MJF are legendary. They're epic, but they're really long. There's a lot of stuff here, a lot of stuff they write, a lot of stuff said here. So it's very hard to summarize. You must be excited for this, Robert. This is your guy, Jay White.
Okay, so there's very few times when I watch a wrestling show and I completely mark out. For example, the one time I remember telling you I was marking out was when Naito showed up, because he was my favorite wrestler in New Japan, right? I remember marking out for that moment and I telling you about it. And this caught me by surprise. I did not see this coming. I remember a couple of weeks ago when we were discussing, CM Punk being let go. I told you, I mentioned that one of the reasons why it was very disappointing for me was that we're going to miss out on a lot of potentially big feuds. And one of the ones I mentioned was CM Punk versus Jay White. I was really looking forward to that. Now that he's gone, I think this is a very suitable replacement for that feud. But I just didn't know this was going to happen, at this point. I thought maybe somewhere later on down the line these two would clash. But the moment I heard the Bullet Club theme song, I'm like, what? I was really surprised by that. And yeah, their feud was really, really cool. MJF mentioned, that he was getting compared to a lot of wrestlers, and then at some point, the goalpost kept getting moved to bigger names, and eventually he was compared to Jay White. And then he called Jay White tofu.
Oh yeah, that was the big thing, tofu.
Whoa, tofu! We got a tofu chant from the crowd. And what else? They chanted some other stuff. Jay White's responses to MJF were pretty good too. So
yeah, not bad.
This was pretty good. I was giddy this whole segment. Like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. But hell yeah, they do fight pretty soon, which I think will happen. I still think MJF should win and keep the title. I don't think Jay White should take it away from him just yet. But yeah, I'm just glad that this feud is even happening.
I like this feud too. This is a nice idea.
Mm-hmm.
Vlad, you got any thoughts on this promo battle? Was it up there, or it wasn't one of the best ones to me? I think the Punk ones and the Joe one was better, but
yeah, they were better. I'm not as high as you guys are, or especially as Robert is on Jay White. I think he's a good talent. I don't think he's that great on the mic, and they let him kind of go a little too long, and I don't think that's where his strengths are. I think he's a good worker. I think that's where his strengths are. And he can really work. On the mic, he's, I would say he's he's mid.
I wouldn't say he's mid. He's got a funny accent. You know, he speaks clearly. I think he's pretty good. I mean, and
mid as in he's just okay. I wouldn't say he's great, but I think he's an okay talent. I think I would have continued more of the Samoa Joe thing than go into this. To be honest, I would be more into that. I think they rushed that for some reason way too fast. They could have gotten a couple more matches out of Samoa Joe and MJF instead of going straight to Jay White. They could have eventually gone to Jay White, and I would have been okay with it. And I'm okay with it now. I'm a bigger fan of Samoa Joe. I think is a hell of a talent and a guy I'd rather see in this spot. So that's just my only criticism.
All right, well, let's put a pin on that. It's going to come back later on the show. We'll discuss it more a tiny bit at the end. But let's move on from this. This was very long. I count 9 minutes here of them talking. So, and then at the end, it ends with Jay White powdering out to babyface MJF. So, and people fear MJF. This was a good backstage interview with Jim Ross and Darby and Christian. I thought this went really well. This was intense. There was a lot of just really deep cutting stuff in this, and Darby just really went at him about the thing about it he does where he makes fun of people's dead relatives, and he took it on straight on, and he was like, fuck, I don't give a fuck about dying, not afraid of dying. So this is going to happen at Wrestle Dream on Sunday. This should be a good match. This is the one I'm looking forward to the most on that card.
I agree.
If I were to watch one match.
This should be good.
Any thoughts before I move on?
I think it was great. I think though, Christian continuously going after dead people is pretty. I don't know. It's kind of low. This time he said, "Is your uncle going to be in attendance?" That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
That's pretty messed up. I don't know. And then he said,
certainly in bad taste.
Tell him what's his name. What was Nick? What the heck is his last name? Nick Wayne. To bring his mom or something. I mean, dude, Jesus Christ, he's going after everybody, man. People's moms.
He's getting that heel heat.
I agree, and I'm for it. But there's a limit to continuously saying the same thing over and over again. Like, I think I get it at this point. Like, I get that he's trying to get that, but at some point it becomes kind of cheap heat because you're constantly going for the same thing, But I'm a big fan of Christian, and I think I agree with you that this will be the best match of the night. I expect it to be the best match of the night. All
right, Robert, did you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm looking. There's a YouTube video of I saw someone like edited, all the moments where Christian Cage said your father is dead, and then into a song. Yeah. You already saw it. I was gonna forward you the YouTube video, but I guess if you already know about it, then
I did bump into it.
Huh? Oh, you did?
I bumped into it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty hilarious.
Okay, Robert thinks it's hilarious, but
well, in a way, it is hilarious. But
God,
I guess it's
someone actually took the time to edit everything and make it. But okay, this was cool. This segment was cool, and I'm looking forward to this match also. I mean, not much more I could add about that. So, looking forward to this match in Wrestle Dream.
All right, let's see what else. Let's run through the rest of the show real quick. Kahan is getting tired. Okay, another four-way. Another four-way. This was Orange Cassidy, Austin Gunn, Matt Jackson, sorry, and Penta, which ends up getting victory by Orange Cassidy with the Orange Punch. So he might get his international title back, but not off of Moxley like originally planned. So, okay, moving along. I know you guys don't really want to talk about OC. Another Julia Hart match. This time she's facing off against Willow, who I guess she misted. And Willow's eye is all messed up from the mist. And Julia Hart's laughing about it. It's sadistic. She's got a sadistic streak. And this was the ending. Somehow they think, this was a pretty good moonsault. You want to see Julia Hart moonsault? I think I'll give this 5 stars out of 5. Woo! Woo! There you go. Not bad. The crowd was really hot for that too. Crowd went nuts. Crowd went ape shit. What happened? Was there an afterbirth here? Yes, she did. She put her in her.
Yes. And I
put her
think
in her finishing move.
came out, right?
Yeah, Statlander made the save, so then Julia Hart powders out. So I'm looking forward to this match. She hides behind Brody King, which is pretty good. Put her over. Put Julia Hart over. So we're gonna get that in.
I doubt that's gonna happen, but I get what you're saying.
Let's see what else we got. Oh, this was the last thing on the show. It was Swerve and Hangman Page doing a long discussion at a contract signing, WWE style contract signing. Very, very long one, long-winded. Page has got problems. He knows it. He admits some of it. And in the end, I think Swerve slaps him. And while he's signing the contract, Hangman Page is gonna stab him in the hand. So then the security guards kind of pulled them apart. So I think that was the big spot that they planned to make us watch this whole 10-minute scene for that one little spot that was kind of cool. So I don't mind this. Not my favorite thing, but okay. I don't think you guys really want to talk about that though. If not,
I just had one point to make. A couple of weeks ago when we were reviewing the first segment of Swerve confronting Hangman Adam Page, I remember I told you guys the stuff that Swerve was telling Hangman Adam Page reminded me of a segment a few years back when he was sitting at a table with Kenny Omega, and now he's sitting at a table with Swerve. I thought I just had to point that out. Like, hey, they're doing the same exact thing that I recalled when Swerve initially confronted Hangman Adam Page. One other thing, I thought Hangman was pretty good. His promo, he I can't remember the exact stuff that he was saying, but like he was basically saying like, actually, I have to thank you for bringing me back to realizing what's important, and now you're going to get the best of me. I thought he actually did pretty good in this segment, personally.
Do you agree with Swerve at all that he might have gotten benefits from being friends with the Young Bucks?
Well,
had it easy.
Did I agree with him? I mean, a lot of people, including myself, thought that for a long time. So yeah, of course.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Vlad's nodding his head in agreement. Okay.
But I have no comments to say about this because I care nothing about this.
All right, let's conclude the show. One last segment was at the very last 30 seconds of the show, was masked men beating up somebody that we eventually see as Jay White. I love when it's masked men, masked mystery men, but they did reveal it pretty quick. So right away you see it's MJF in the devil mask. So he's being heel here. He's got his dark side. Very interesting character, MJF. Very interesting.
I don't think it's MJF. What makes you think it's MJF? Just because he's wearing the mask, it's
I don't
probably
think
somebody else.
What the fuck?
Just because
it's someone trying to make it look like MJF.
Yeah, somebody that exactly what Robert said. It's somebody that's making it seem like it's MJF because it's 4 guys there, so it's like it could be a number of people. Honestly, I guess it could be the Kingdom, I guess, and what's his name, Roddy, possibly, maybe. Who else could it be? It could be. Well, I guess that's really it. I guess that's the only potential could be, honestly.
That's a strong possibility. Can't think of any other potential suspects, but I definitely don't think that's MJF.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't get that thought at all for me, like you guys did. I thought it was MJF. I was like, yep, he's pulling out all the stops because Jay White is a serious business. He's gotta get serious here.
If it was MJF, I don't think he would have.
They would have just showed it. They would have just showed
his face. Like he wouldn't need to wear the mask. So the fact that they're hiding their faces, that made me think like that's not him, somebody else. But we'll see.
Oh man, that was a juicy tidbit at the end though. Like old school WCW style, last second
Yeah, I kind of liked it. It was good. That was probably, I don't know where it goes, but where it's actually all leading to. But as far as that 30 seconds was kind of interesting.
All right, then. So that was Dynamite. Let's get your grades on this one. Man, I can't even remember. I think Collision had some better matches. I can't remember anything really strong on this show match-wise. They had that MJF Jay White promo that was pretty epic and historical. I don't know. I think I'll give this one a worse grade than Collision.
Yeah.
Maybe a C-.
Yeah,
And only the MJF thing saving it.
that sounds about right.
I believe it or not, that's actually where I'm headed as well. C- is probably on where. Yeah, C- is about right.
All right, then.